Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the very fun new text wrap feature in Cricut Design Space. The retro and curved SVGs are so popular right now, and now you can make your own wrapped designs in Cricut. I currently buy a lot of SVGs that are wrapped, so now I don't have to do that. I'll show you how you can get so creative with this, and I'll also show you some fun tips on how to use it in this video. With all of these new Cricut Design Space updates, you'll want to make sure you're in beta mode. So I just want to show you super fast where that is. You just go to your settings and make sure it says beta. If something isn't working with it, it could be because it's in beta mode and there's just some glitches, but I have not had any problems with it yet. You will need to subscribe to Cricut Access for this new update. I can leave a link down below for you if you aren't currently subscribed so you can see what's all included in it. If you don't have Cricut Access, you can still play around with the wrap feature and see how you like it. I'm going to grab a font. With this feature, it does need to be a single layer text, and in Design Space you can see if it's a single layer or not. For example, this one here says multi-layer, so it would not work with that one. But most of the fonts that I use are single layer. I'm going to search for a font. Since St. Patrick's Day is on Friday, I'm just going to use those type of examples. I really like the look of this font for the warp text. There's quite a few retro style fonts that look really awesome with it. But I'm just going to type in Lucky. I'll just make this bigger. The new warp feature is up here. It's telling me since I'm a Cricut Access subscriber, I can use this. At first, it was telling me to subscribe, even though I already do. If that comes up for you, just select subscribe because then it just told me that I'm already a subscriber. I don't know why, but anyways, I'm going to hit check it out. There are 24 different ones. So what I'm going to do really fast is click on these and show you how they look, and then I will give you a lot of fun examples on how to use these. Some of these you can't really see on my computer, but you can kind of get the point and see what they are looking like. There's a lot to choose from. If you decide you don't want your text warped, you can select Undo Warp. Now I want to show you examples on how to use these, some of my favorite ones, and you can make them look like SVGs that you would purchase. My favorite one on here is number 11. It's that curved one. I've been buying a lot of SVGs that look like this. What I like to do is duplicate this a couple times to give it a fun look. So I'm going to hit Command D on my computer, and I'll do that again. Then I'm just going to bring this down here. You'll want to make sure that this is centered. So what you do is you can highlight over all three, then come up to Align. You can come down here and select Distribute Horizontally. You can see it just barely moved, and then Distribute Vertically. I had it lined up so well you can barely even see it move. But that looks great. Now what you can do is change it to different fun colors. So I am going to show you that here. And that easily you have a super fun design. You can also add other fonts to go along with it as well. So if you want to combine fonts, I'll show you how you can do that. This font is called Good Vibes, and I'm actually going to type in Vibes. But I'm going to type that, then I'm just going to make this bigger. You can group these three together. Then you can go in and highlight Lucky and Vibes and align center horizontally to make sure it's totally lined up, and that looks super fun. I am going to duplicate Lucky and show how you can make a really fun offset with this also. So I'm going to slide this to the side here. I'll come up and select Offset. You can adjust it however you want it. I like how it looks totally filled up, so I'll go over to my contour button. I'll select Hide All Contours, and that adds such a fun look to the design. Another fun thing you can do with this is combine two different wrap styles. So I'm going to grab a different font. I'll select this one. Also, a lot of these fonts are from Creative Fabrica. They have the best fonts on their website. They have a membership where you can sign up for free and download, I believe it's up to 10. Their membership is so great, but you can always cancel it as well after you've downloaded those items. This one, I'm going to type in Lucky again. I'll come up to my wrap and I am going to select the first one. And then I'm going to grab another text and I'm going to grab the second one. And for this one, I'll type in Vibes again. I'll bring this over and I want to make it about the same size. You can actually go up to your font size and copy it. I don't know why that went back over there. And then I'll go back up to my font size and make it the same size as Lucky. I'm just changing the colors of these. You can also add images to these fonts as well to give it another cool look. So I'm just bringing this one in. I'm going to make it smaller to fit inside of the font here. I just realized that said Vibe instead of Vibes. Okay, here's how that one looks. That's another fun way that you can use that. I'll show you another example here. I'll grab a different font. I'm going to type in Happy. Oops. I'm going to click on Wrap. You can see how 1, 3, 5, and 9 are all pretty similar. So I'll just show you how they look and I'll figure out which one I want to use. It just gives it all just a little different shape. I think I'm going to use number 3 for it. Then I'm going to duplicate my clover. I am just going to make this bigger. I'll just give another example how you can turn this into a really neat looking image. So I'm going to send this to the back. I'm going to grab my same text, but for this part, I am not going to use the warp feature. And what makes these look really neat is to mix it, like do some of the warp features, some without, and it gives it just a really cool look. This one, I want the line spacing in a lot, and since it's pretty big line spaces, I am just going to ungroup my lines. I'm going to hit Shift on my keyboard and just slide it in. When I hit Shift, it keeps it in the same spot, which is really nice. Now I'll just group this back together. I'll just make this smaller, and I'm going to put this inside of the clover. Here's how that one turned out. I really like it. If you were making this, let's say on a t-shirt, you would press the green clover first, then you would place the black vinyl on top and layer that on top of the green. Now I'm going to grab another font. It's kind of fun trying out all these different fonts with it. This one I am going to type in Happy St. Patrick's Day. I am going to use this curved one again. I think I'll be using this one the most. And I want to show you something else you can add to it to make it look really neat. I'm going to go over to my shapes in Design Space. I am going to grab a banner. I'll slide this down, and what you can do is just hit the unlock up here. Now you can move it up and down and side to side, so you can make it fit inside of the wording. I'm going to send this to the back, and as you can see, this is going the wrong direction for it. So what you can do is just flip it vertical. Now it should work. I need to hit unlock again. Now I'm going to change the color of this. You have another really fun design. Sometimes it can have a fun look if you just have one word in the banner and the rest not in a banner. Like I said, you can just get so creative with this. I have a couple more examples in here. I had so much fun playing around with it. I'm using the JT Grove font again, and I'm just going to type Lucky again. I'm going to grab a wrap I haven't used yet. Here's what I was showing earlier. I had to click out of my Cricut. It's saying subscribe or check it out. If I hit subscribe, it tells me that I already have a subscription. For this one, I am going to use number 12. I want to show you something kind of neat that you can do with this. If you don't love how it looks, you can adjust it. If you just go up and select unlock, you can move the squares any way to make it look a little different, which I think is really neat. Sometimes it can give it kind of a funky look, so you can kind of adjust it so it looks a little bit more how you would want it to look. I like that. Now I'm going to grab my vibes and hit duplicate. I'll bring it down here and add it to this. That one looks super fun. I'm going to grab a different font again. I'll type in Lucky again, and I'll come up here. For this one, I'm going to select number 9. Then I'll grab another font and type in Vibes again, just going with the same wording because it makes it a little bit easier. And another fun one that I haven't used yet is number 7. This gives it a really cool look. You can do a lot with this one as well. I like how it kind of matches Lucky. If I make this just a little bit bigger, you can see how it kind of curves together. I'm just going to group this one together. I'll make it the same color. I think for this one, I will grab another offset. That gives it a fun look. I really like the wrap for Vibes, so I think you can do a lot with that one as well. I want to show you one last design and a really good tip for it. The wrap has the Star Wars effect, which is really fun, so I'm going to hit 20. But as you can see, you can't even tell that that says happy. So an awesome little hack for this, if you double click in it, click right before happy, hit the return button. You have a space up here. So now if I click out of it, you can see it looks so much better. I just added this with the same font, but I brought the line spaces together just to show you how that will look. So it looks a little bit better with the line spacing together. I'm just going to delete that one. If you don't like this one, they also have another one that looks like it's not as slanted, like that. I am so excited this feature got added to Cricut Design Space. There is just so many fun ways that you can create with it. Let me know in the comments what you think of it, if you've tested it out already, if you have any questions. I would also love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell so you don't miss my videos because I have tons of fun tutorials coming up.